Hi everybody, BMeister22 here. We're going to do an unboxing. This just arrived this morning, and by arrived this morning, I mean I just got back from going into the FedEx facility about an hour away and picking it up. This is the first time I've used this supplier. I've used other suppliers in the past, but this is the first time. And they have this rule that if you want the guaranteed live delivery, you need to pick it up at a FedEx store or facility or location, opposed to having it dropped off at your house. As you guys know, my normal supplier is Underground Reptiles out of Florida. And prior to that, I used to use Ken the Bug Guy out of Tucson, Arizona. But he has since shut down or disappeared or dropped off the radar. I don't know. This place, I believe, is in Virginia, and I'm not going to tell you the name of the company quite yet because then it'll say exactly what's in this box and the surprise will be gone. There is one thing I already don't like about this supplier. Not only do you have to go pick it up at a FedEx location, you have exactly 2 hours, and they say this multiple times in bold letters and flashing lights and everything. You have exactly 2 hours to let them know if there's a problem with the order. Such as if one of the creatures inside looks sick or lethargic or arrives croaked, you have exactly 2 hours. So there's two main problems I have with their 2 hour very firm window is travel time, clearly when it takes me an hour-ish each way, depending on traffic. And the other thing is temperature regulation. You don't want to take a box of live animals that has been in a cold warehouse or a cold truck or a cold airplane or being transported and then bring it into your warm house. You don't want to do that quickly. You want to do that in a slow, calculated, deliberate manner. For example, you take the box inside the house, you let it sit for half an hour, 45 minutes. Open the box up. With the box open, don't take anything out. Let it sit for another hour or so. Because the ambient temperature outside is not the same as the temperature inside your house. You might say, oh, the ambient temperature in the house here is 68 degrees. Yeah, but the ambient temperature outside right now is 34. You don't want to shock the animals. Granted, when you get live animals in the mail, they will often come insulated, sometimes with heat packs, sometimes not. But it's not going to be the same temperature as in your house. And even more so, it's definitely not the same temperature as it would be when you put it in your habitat or terrarium or whatever you want to call your place you're going to house these creatures. This is something that's commonly done with fish. If you remember, you go get the fish, it's in the baggie, you bring it home, you set that baggie with the fish still in it, floating in your fish tank until the water temperature in the baggie equalizes with the water temperature in the tank. Then you can let that fish swim out there. Otherwise, you're going to shock it and croak it. So yes, the 2 hour time limit is actually not very good for that. Not conducive to proper temperature regulation. So here's one of these little mini habitats. It comes with some substrate, which we are not going to set up a habitat now. We're just going to do an unboxing. It comes with some fake plastic leaves and a piece of cork there and a mushroom. Is that like a Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers mushroom thing going on in there? Yeah, it looks like it. So these are mini habitats for a small little bug or creature. It would be perfect in there. But we're not going to set one up. Let's take a look at the goodies. Right now it's just a blue piece of paper. But as soon as we get this open, we will hit Creep Factor 5, Captain. And it will be the moment of truth to see who survived and if anybody escaped. So inside of this wrapped plastic are vials, little packages. Alright, so the first thing I can see other than them being labeled. Alright, you can see the labels now, can't you? So it looks like it's a moss they have them in. Sometimes they pack them in toilet paper. Sometimes it's paper towel. These look like they're packed in moss. You know, like out in the woods, growing on a tree. And it is very wet in there. That's to keep the humidity up. It's very moist in there. Yes, this says Cobalt Blue. Cobalt Blue what? Cobalt Blue Tarantula! That's right, it's a tarantula unboxing! Yes, I know. Did I not say Creep Factor 5? So I can see the one tarantula in there. See how tiny that is? And really what I'm doing here is I am doing a quick inspection to make sure these are all alive so I can send them the email because I got about 10 minutes left. I'm not going to rush this. If I don't meet the thing and they arrive croaked, I'm just going to have to eat that one. Well, no, not eat it, but I'm going to have to eat the cost. I'm not going to be able to get a refund because I'm not going to rush this. It's already, like I said, risky enough that we don't have time to equalize the temperatures properly. So what you see here is 4 big containers and 1 small container. What the heck's the difference? Well, that small thing, that little thing right there that says Singapore Blue, that was a freebie. If you spend enough money at this retailer, you get something for free, and that's what I chose for free. Yeah, so I really can't tell where the spider is in this. Oh, maybe, yeah, in the bottom. I see a little blob in there. So what this retailer did is they have blue electrical tape keeping these sealed, which is good, so there's going to be no risk of escapage. Not only are we actually having trouble seeing the spiders in these little containers with the moss and the moisture, humidity in there and the blue tape, we have to see them and see that they're moving, as in alive and well. So we're going to have to get this tape off of there so I can get a better look, take a gander, and if I can't see them through these plastic containers, I'm going to have to open it up. And I don't have habitats ready yet. But like I said, we are on the clock. Time is ticking. And if it sounds like I'm just being a whiny little here, I mean, what you see in front of you cost me $360 some. So I can't afford to have an 8. Yep, it looks like he is alive and well. Looks like a little movement there. I can't afford to just, eat the cost of an $80 or $130 spider. All right, I can't tell if this one is moving. Yeah, I really can't tell. I mean, I could see it in there, but I couldn't see if it's actually moving around. So what they do is they put the moss in there and they hollow out a little area, keep it hollowed out for him. Yeah, that spider's right up at the top. That's going to be trouble. Yep, there's movement. All right, well, for the most part, I can see all of the 4 spiders in the big containers and larger containers. I cannot see the spider in the tiny container. And it looks like they might be alive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to set up the little mini habitats. I'm going to have to take them out of these containers, get them in their little habitats. But if I add that to this video, it will take just freaking forever. There's a spider moving around right there in the top of his thing. Yeah. So this little one, it's going to be hard to tell where the spider is because I can't see anything. But yeah, that's a good sign that the other ones are starting to move around as they're warming up. So I'm going to just about end this video here. We unboxed them. They're alive for the most part. I'm pretty dang sure they're alive, except for that small one, which didn't cost me anything, so I guess it doesn't matter if he's croaked. Hitting the stop button now. Boop! Okay, turn it back on. Here's what they look like in their little mini habitats. I will post the transfer videos. A couple of them were pretty sketchy, but everybody looks alive and well. And yes, these tiny little spiders are tarantulas. If I put one of these in with a black widow, the black widow would eat it. These are so small, but these tarantulas that look small now, the smallest I have here I think will, at adult, be a 4 to 5 inch finger leg span, and the largest that we have here will be about a 9-inch leg span. Will they live that long? Will they grow that big? Heck, who knows? All right, so leave your comments in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching.
Beanmeister 22, the most dangerous man on YouTube.